The sun's out on this rainy week. The sun's out for a couple of minutes just to laugh at us, and then the rain will start again. Okay, so today I'm going to give you a taste of one of the topics that we cover in our Stress Less program. And it's changing bad habits, changing habits that are affecting your health and affecting your mental health. It's the best way to go about doing that. The truth is that most of us have got everything we do is really habit, and most of our habits we've had for a very long time. And they're just habits, we're just used to doing it that way. What happens is we have sort of in our brain, we have neural pathways that are very well developed towards doing those bad habits. So I'll give you an example of what I mean by that. When a child is born, they can't walk, and then they start moving around, and then they start crawling, and then they start walking. That is creating a neural pathway, so now they can walk. It's the same with most of the habits that we have. We've created a neural pathway that goes to that habit. And what we do if we use a habit all of the time, like if we're always like scrolling, or if we're picking up a cigarette, or if we're eating the chocolate, or whatever the habits are that we do, we've got really strong neural pathways that are built towards that because we go there all the time. So it's like a superhighway that goes to that habit because that's your automatic pilot is going to that habit. So to create new habits, well, first of all, to reduce the poor habits, we need to create new habits. So rather than focusing on the not doing something, the worst thing you can do is focus on whatever I do, just don't do it. Whatever I do, don't do the thing. Because if you have to focus on not doing the thing, then you've got to put your mind, you've got to put the thing front and center. So if you're trying to not eat sugar and you're putting it in, you're saying, whatever I do, I can't eat sugar, I can't eat sugar. If you're putting that front and center in your mind, you've actually got to keep it front and center to remember not to do it. So that doesn't work, right? So rather than trying to not do the habit, a better way of doing it, or another way of doing it, is to just bring in different habits and to break those neural pathways into basically a circuit breaker and create new neural pathways. So if normally when you go on your break, you walk out that door and you go to this corner shop and you buy a chocolate bar, then don't walk out that door, walk out a different door, or go a different direction, or eat something before you walk out the door, so you've already had some fruit, and then you go outside just to get some fresh air, but you're not going to go to the corner shop. Or make sure there's no cash in your wallet. Actually, a good one that a client gave me the other day is that if she's concerned about going through a drive-thru on the way home, she puts her wallet in her boot. I would suggest keeping a license with you though, because you don't want to get in trouble if you get pulled over. However, putting the cash or access to money in the boot, probably a really good idea to avoid going through a drive-through. So that's just a circuit breaker, right? So that's essentially you're creating another way of what you automatically do. So if you automatically get up to go on your break, you get to go and do one thing, you create a new thing that you go and do. You walk in a new direction, you do a new thing, you do it a different way, and it just creates a new neural pathway. Eventually that neural pathway becomes stronger. So anything that you practice doing, so for example, if you get quite anxious and you want to practice calming yourself and sort of calm breathing and reminding yourself that you're okay and all those things, the best time to do it is when when it's not the biggest stress, right? If you're having an anxiety attack, that is not the time that you're going to teach yourself this stuff, right? So the idea is to practice it every day. So practice it every day before each meal. Just calm your breathing. Get in the habit of doing it. As it will begin to start, there'll be a new neural pathway that you'll get to the point that when you go to eat a meal, you automatically just calm your breathing. So it's about creating new habits. It's about creating new neural pathways and circuit breakers for the old habits. And the more you do that, the more you will find you are natural just doing the new habits. You are naturally moving in that direction and not that direction. And then you haven't had to spend all your time thinking about not doing the bad habit. All you're doing is bringing in new ones and creating circuit breakers and new neural pathways. So that's just a tip that I have for changing habits. It can change your health, and it can really change your mental health, because a lot of our poor habits are really, really not supportive of our stress and not supportive of our health or our mental health. So yeah, that's just a snippet of what you get in our Stress Less program. We focus on so many of these things in lots of detail. So you will kind of learn lots of really, really useful like simple and useful things, anything from nutrition right through to these sort of strategies and everything in between. So I'd love to see you in our Stress Less program. Starts on the 21st of March. I have put the link above and I'll pop it below. Only $97, available to anyone in the world, and you'll get an email after you pay for yours to get a half price code for a second person if you would like a partner or your friend or someone to do the program with you. So anyway, that's our Stress Less program, and this is a snippet of what we do in our Stress Less program, really just giving you a whole bunch of really simple strategies to improve your health, improve your mental health, and to reduce your stress. I hope you have a lovely day as the best you can. I know in Sydney we've got floods and all of that going on. Actually, not just in Sydney, the eastern coast of Australia. So thinking of everyone, my heart goes to everyone, and I hope you have the best day that you can under the circumstances. Okay, thanks. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.